Hello friends, this is Coldrun. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV's Dawntrail expansion, where we're going to continue with the MSQ, the Leafing Through the Past. This zone has just been a wonder. It's been quite a lot of fun. It's a variant on Ultima Thule, but it's the flavoring, the artistry, the design, even the themes themselves are quite different. The one thing I actively dislike about this place is that it's been really annoying to get to Fates. Like, a Fate spawned over here, and I had to, like, warp back here, take the lift, zone into here, and run, like, this weird loop to get around here, and it was basically done by the time I got there. That's not the case for all of these. Like, if I want to get to this Fate, 58%, there's no way I can get there. I have to warp back here, take the tram over here, get over here, and then run this way. It's just, it's pretty annoying, but very, very minor complaint about the zone. Krile. Leafing through the past, eager to learn about the Malala people. As my parents told us, the cavern inside the volcano is a place for learning about the Malala's ancient homeland, but I'm hoping it will yield other information as well, namely information on preservation. Preservation, the scientists who are researching interdimensional fusion, yes, Wook. And prior to that, created the Endless. As living memory is likely also their creation, I expect they would carefully curate any details concerning themselves, but I wish to keep an eye out nonetheless. I'm all for it, of course. Seeing as the key once belonged to the Malala, it also couldn't hurt to learn about them. Right, let's head inside. So this is the way into the volcano itself? I guess so. Oop, smudge. Steps of the Speaker. Yeah, look at this. I wonder if that starburst, if that sun thing means anything. All right, let's go in order. Bacon Smith Meat Smitch. What can you teach me about the Malala? We'll start with the Malala one. History of the Malala. In the distant past, Chapter 1. In the distant past, the Malala abided in peace upon isles of eternal summer. Winter never visited that bountiful land, and the flowers ever bloomed in all the colors of the rainbow. But such idyllic days did not last, for just when it seemed the westerly wind had turned cold, the seas suddenly froze over. From the fish in the water to the birds in the sky, all of the animals soon perished. The unnatural weather continued with seemingly no end, and one by one the Malala fell until the death toll was beyond counting. Those who still lived could do naught but pray as they huddled together for precious warmth. Yeah, the ice calamity. Chapter 2. The Malala are the keepers of a mighty relic passed down through the ages. While it has the appearance of a crystal, by whose hand it was wrought is unknown. When a great calamity froze their isles, the Speaker, their spiritual leader, fervently prayed to the relic for salvation. In answer to their prayers, the relic opened for them a golden path, one that shone like the light of dawn, and through it they fled unto a new land, so it was always defined by that gold. That was the relic itself. Chapter 3. Since ancient times, the Malala have excelled in calculations. By using formulae and figures to represent all natural phenomena, they had succeeded in devising a unique system of magic. Are they the arithmeticians? Because this whole arcane circuits thing really feels so similar to the to Alo Alo Island, what we saw there. Almost like like the Final Fantasy XIV version of that tactics job, the arithmetician, I think, was that it? The gift proved invaluable in their new homeland, where they employed their calculations to become math teachers and to etch arcane circuits upon the ore, which later became to be known as Electrope. Through this ingenious technique, Electrope was transformed into a tool that could not only store lightning, but convert it into energy of any element. So they were really the key behind this world's survival, only in the end. Well, it's also the key to its apocalypse, now that I think about it, because the war over Electrope was like titanic, wasn't it? Or what happened first? Was the Electrope only spurred after the Thunder thing started? No, it was just the savior. The Electrope didn't cause the war, did it? No, the Electrope caused the war, but was the calamity also caused by the war, or the calamity preceded the Electrope, which preceded the war? Chapter 4. Esteemed for their excellence in the study of Electrope, the Malala were favored by the rulers of many a nation. Some among them have attempted to invoke the power of their ancient relic to return to their homeland, but their efforts were to no avail. Never again has the golden path opened that allowed their ancestors to flee to safety. And it's not safety, is it? It's like frosty buns there. Eventually, the relic came to be forgotten, and some now question whether it ever actually existed. Krile, would you have anything to... I guess this... yeah. This place has the look of an ancient ruin, but I suppose it's an illusion as well. So, like, this is what their summer isles were supposed to sort of look like? I don't quite understand. Maybe this is what the buildings on the summer isles were supposed to look like? Like it has a kind of a proto-Electrope vibe. Like, it doesn't have the dancing runes on it, but the purple background outside of Electrope is similar to the red background here. Quite a mystical atmosphere here. Is this what the Malala homeland was like? Ding ding, correct. Is this a robot? Yes. History bot 4000. No, what's going on? Talkative mechanical soldier. It's not really a soldier right now, is it? It's a mechanical curator. The ancient home of the Malala people is recreated here in excruciating detail thanks to the marvel of Electrope. The scale alone has been adjusted in order to accommodate folk of all proportions. Right, so this was usually smaller, probably. They had no reason to build it this big. But I have neglected to introduce myself. I am the guide for this facility, the Steps of the Speaker. Steps of the Speaker. It shall be my pleasure to assist you as you embark upon your educational journey. Thank you. What do they call them? Not tutors. What are they called? The people who, like, help teach everyone in museums specifically. It's not tutor, it's something similar. It's slipping my mind. There's even a guide. How considerate. All right, then. As we wander around, if there's something we do not understand, we'll be certain to ask you. No, you're making this mandatory. Visits to our facility take the form of a quiz tour. So the correct answer is follow the instructions of your guide. That's yours truly. Wasn't there something like this in like Final Fantasy VIII, some enemy that would come and quiz you every so often? I think it was 8. I think it was actually a pot. It was one of the magic pots. Sounds like a pain in the ass. Yeah, same. I want to go to the museum at my own pace. I'm sure it will be both enlightening and entertaining. Well, let's have them guide us. Yeah, okay. Very good, madam. I have registered the 4 of you as visitors. Please proceed through yonder passage to the chamber beyond. Docent. Is docent what I'm thinking of? Are docent the people who are like in charge of education at the museums? Yeah, so it's kind of more of the same, but with more lava. Can we jump into it? No. And they have that sunburst icon even on the stained glass back there, or on the Electrope walls, or whatever this is. If I may have your attention. You stand within a shrine of the Malala, a migrant people who roamed until they found new lands to call their own. According to folklore, they originally hailed from an eternal paradise of eternal summer. Alas, they had no choice but to abandon it when a great calamity froze the very seas. The speaker, their spiritual leader, guided them to safety. That's why it's the Steps of the Speaker. The speaker was Lala, was like Lalafell Pope. And she is enshrined here with the sacred relic she wielded. In this place they performed... She's enshrined here? In this place they performed rituals dedicated to the dream that one day they might return to their ancestral home. Sacred relic. That must be the key used to initiate interdimensional fusion. Interdimensional fusion. If such a wondrous power existed, I can only imagine what great feats it could be used to achieve. Time for a history quiz. Okay, we got this. There are 4 braziers in the room, each of which is accompanied by a panel bearing a statement. Okay, light it. If it's true, light it. Nominate a representative. If there are no objections, let's have Kikushi do the honors. Go on and have a look at the panels, my friend. I'm not nominate Wook for the hilarity, but I'll do it. Speak with the mechanical guide after lighting the correct ones. All right, Brazier of Eternal Summer. Long ago, our people dwelled on the Isles of Eternal Summer, where the flowers ever bloomed, yet eternity did not last, for a calamity turned the bounteous waters to barren ice. The statement seems to agree with the word. Yeah, I know it does. Yeah, but light it. The question is... There it is. The question is, do we get stuff wrong for the humor of it? I don't think we do. I'm not in them. I don't tend to do that sort of thing. Like, I want to play it fairly straight up. Praying fervently upon the sacred relic, the speaker opened a portal through which the people fled. However, she alone had to remain behind in order to sustain the power. That's not true. We know that she is buried here. Yeah. Why are they even telling us the answers? Like, that's I get the quiz and it's pretty fun, but why do they tell us the answers? No. Like, that feels like the sort of thing they would do if you get it wrong the first time. I don't love that they're doing it right now. Owing to our innate gift in arcane calculations, we Malala not only transformed Electrope into a miraculous tool, but excelled in its study besides. As such, despite originally being outsiders, we were favored by the rulers of many a nation. That is true. Nothing in the statement was touched on by the guide, but we saw that back earlier, so that is true. I'm going to say that's true. Now I see. So they're just talking about the guide. They're not talking about, like, they're not just giving us the answer. I apologize to the game. When lightning threatened the world, we Malala turned to our relic once again. Invoking its power, we opened a portal and returned to our ancient homeland. That is false. All right, anything else? Were there any other? No, I think that was it. I feel confident. Yeah, so let's be judged. Judge me, Daddy. Why would I ever put that in a recording? You have answered correctly, and on your very first attempt besides, I'm quite something. Great work, Kakushu. I knew you could do it. Taken at face value, the information here would suggest that the Malala had simply migrated from a distant land. But we know better. We are aware of the existence of shared worlds, umbral calamities, and interdimensional fusion. For an event which froze the seas, the 5th umbral calamity... That was the 5th one. Okay, the Age of Endless Frost. And legend holds that during that age, the entire population of the South Sea Isles vanished overnight. The art of Arcanima, too, traces its roots to our calculations of the South Sea Islanders. That is the Alo thing, I think, right? Alo is South Sea? While we cannot outright conclude that these people were the Malala, they are at least enough points of similarity to support the theory. Alright, another quiz awaits. Let's do it. I do like quizzes. How many of these quizzes are there? I feel like Wuklamat does not like quizzes. Unless they are quizzes of battle. Battle doesn't have quizzes, do you? Like, you can have, like, tests of your metal, but you don't have, like, quizzes of your metal. New location, what is this? Oh! Take that. All those symbols, they're all different. Or at least some of them are different. No, they're all... No, some of them are different. Some of them are repeated. Are those faces, like tribal symbols? They look like some... They have a lot of them have very face-like structures with the eyes. They definitely look like faces. Are they past speakers, maybe? Visions of past speakers, or loose masks of past speakers? The most enigmatic location in the museum. While it is known as the Speaker's Rest, everything else remains a mystery. No one knows what purpose it served, not even the Malala themselves. That's rather curious. Isn't it, though? Some have suggested this place is purely the creation of the facility's designer, that it didn't actually exist in the Malala homeland. It is generally believed, however, that the adornments upon the wall are the masks that represent the emotions of men. How many types of masks are there is the quiz. Okay, let's take a look. Let's see. So, take a look at this panel for starters, at just what's in front of us. The one on the left has the curly things at the bottom. That's repeated twice. That's repeated twice, so that's one. The second mask over has the arched, has like the cathedral steeple, like that thing, or like a mouth and nose. That's 1, 2, just 2. The next new one is the version that has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines over there. There's 2 of those, so that's 3. And then this one is 4, the one with the diamond nose. It's 4. All repeated. Is that new? The curly... This one might be new. So this has the curly things at the bottom. No, that's the same. I think there's 4. Just gonna scan through to make sure there's no others. I'm pretty sure there's 4 unless there's like a hidden... Oh, there's ones underneath there. Are those hidden? No, those are the same ones. I'm gonna say 4. How many masks? 4. Your answer is 4. Seriously? I thought it was 6. I don't think so. Like Cahciua, I also believe it's 4. As do I. Oh, Wook was the only one who got it wrong. Correct answer is... 4. Congratulations to the 3 of you. Poor Wook. Damn it, where the hells did I mess up? I'm not sure. There's a number of places, a number of these things that look similar to each other. I thank you for your visit today and eagerly look forward to your next. Why was that? I guess it's just a little puzzle, but I wonder if that's the number is significant. Like the 4 emotions, the 4... I don't know.
Finished at last. Gods, I'm exhausted.
I didn't think she would like the quizzing.
If the legend is true, the Malala were refugees from the source.
Wait, why do you think that? I just assumed that because during the 5th Umbral Calamity, a reflection happened. Yes, there was the Age of Ice, but there was a reflection that happened. Oh, because you're making the connection with the South Sea Isles. You're thinking they're the disappeared people from the South Sea Isles, I guess? Who disappeared during the... Because I was thinking that whoever was on the South Sea Isles was just a reflection of, you know, and they got wiped out by something else, of something that happened in this, like on the 5th reflection or whatever reflection caused the 5th Umbral Calamity. I thought they were from another reflection. Okay, this actually, it doesn't necessarily make more sense, but it does explain more. No, I think it does make more sense. It explains more things. My version initially required something else to explain the thing on the disappearance in the South Sea Isles. Her version explains both those at once, so it is more elegant.
But what is this relic of theirs that can bridge worlds? Who made it? And to what end?
Much
I mean, it sounds assy.
Remains shrouded in mystery.
Robor. Oh, right, Dad.
By augmenting it with electrope, preservation did succeed in opening a portal. Yet they could never grasp how they had managed to do so, much less the underlying principles of the technology.
Are you saying you understand it?
To this day, not a single person understands the mechanics of interdimensional fusion, let alone who imbued the key with its power, when they did so, or why.
And that includes you.
But remember this. The key is a tool, and like all tools, in and of itself, it is a force for neither good nor evil.
Yeah, I mean, this could... this could potentially accomplish the greatest good of all, really, which would be to, I mean, it could potentially reunite, Ishtola with Runar, which is truly the happy ending of Final Fantasy XIV deserves.
Once taken in hand, however, its capacity for both is made plain. In delivering one man, it may doom another, making a lie of its bearer's every good intention.
That's true of almost every form of power, to be honest, isn't it?
As did preservation, Queen Sveen seeks to wield the key in the name of those she loves, and in so doing, makes her people party to the destruction of countless souls.
I'm thinking of something that... before I say this, let me make sure actually when it was said so it's not spoilery for someone who may be watching that's currently playing Elden Ring's DLC. It would be spoilery. I will not say the quote that I'm thinking of very hard right now. I'll say no more. Alila, yeah.
We have told you all we can. To be able to share this with you at the last, it feels as though we fulfilled our purpose.
You've come to shut down the terminal.
I mean, it's in the name. Because it's terminal.
Yes, we have.
Wook had to basically shut down someone very, very close to a mother to her. Krile has to do it to her newly met birth parents. Or bio parents, I don't know what the term is. Boy, there's a lot of pain for such a wonderful Disneyland of a zone, isn't there?
But perhaps there's another way, one that doesn't require the terminal's deactivation.
For the longest time, we've sought a means to erase ourselves before our knowledge could be used for ill. And in you, we have found it. So press on. Press on, and don't look back.
I will. May I ask you one last question?
What is this going to be? What's the last question you ask ask these people if you're Krile?
Of course, my dear.
The earring. Why did you leave it with me?
I think they wanted to have the hope of seeing you again. I think it was as simple as that.
Because, Krile, we wanted to see you again. This may seem self-serving, but we wanted to leave a trace of ourselves with you.
There's something interesting here, which, I mean, there's a lot interesting here. Krile is far smarter than me. And it was really obvious to me why they would leave that. But it wasn't about logic. It was about logic, but the premise of her existence has so long probably had trouble grappling with just what was going on with her biological parents that it just didn't... Them wanting to see her just didn't occur, probably. Or maybe she didn't let herself hope or let herself believe that. I kind of love that. It's sad, and I love it.
A hint to guide you to us, so that we could live in hope.
We've dreamed of this day for so long, but now that it's become reality, we wonder if we deserve to enjoy it. We wanted naught but the best for you. Yet, we've always wondered how much you might have suffered in our absence.
Do not torment yourselves so. As fate would have it, you entrusted me to a good man. His name is Galuf.
Yeah, this reunion would be very...
as his own.
This reunion would be very different if she got entrusted to, like, the milk guy. I don't remember his name. You know, the Burnout the Bad guy. Like, they got really lucky in finding Galuf.
What's more, I've been blessed with the finest comrades anyone could have. It's thanks to you that I am here now. Hail, so
sorry.
please, be at peace. Be at peace. Mother. Father.
It's like she's administering their last rites. And she kind of is.
You already have a beautiful name, but if we might call you by the one we gave you?
What was her birth name?
Maya. Our dearest Maya. We love you more than life itself.
Maya, the name of one of my favorite other characters from Phoenix Wright. I'm glad it's that and not like Glorp or something. This is a good name and it fits and I love it.
Maya. My name is Maya.
It's funny the different relationships they have with the old names, new names. She takes to that very well in this context, as opposed to like Eleneshbia. It's just again, chosen names, new names, but she didn't choose this name, unlike Erenville.
Are you sure about this? You can leave the terminal to us, you know.
No, I must do this. Krile Maya Baldesion must press on. Press on and...
You really don't have to.
Farewell, Mother. Farewell, Father.
I love that she's using those words a lot because she doesn't get to use them that much. And so she's like, it's like tasting a new flavor. A very fleeting one, but that's got to feel really good for her to say. Whew, this is quite a journey, isn't it? If I may confide in you, Kakushu, I've been anxious ever since I chose to accompany you to Tataral. I was afraid of what I might discover. Perhaps I'd learn nothing, or worse, that my parents didn't love me. But now I know the truth and I couldn't be happier. I'm glad I took up pictomancy, and I'm glad I mustered up the courage to say that I wanted to join you. Thank you, Kakushu, for trusting me with your life and walking me with me all this way. Walking to the end. Well, that's all I wanted to say. I'll see this through. Rather, we'll see this through together. My apologies for keeping you. Come, let's catch up to the others. Krile, you are very good. You are quite a good Lala. Oh, I was looking for the next ether current. It's down there. How do I get there? Can I go out through? I'll be right back to the MS. Ah, stop it. Ah, I'm trying to. Oh, right, wrong joystick. I think I might be able to get it through by going that way. Let's try that. New lookout. Steps of the Speaker. This set of spiral walkways holds records of Malala history and culture, though their ancestral origin is seemingly unknown. The mask-like decorations in the main hall are said to represent the reverence, adoration, and joy inspired by the presence of the Speaker, the title given to the Malala spiritual leader. So I don't think there's currently a Speaker, is that right? I wonder. I wonder if the Malala here actually do have someone who's like the modern day... Why can't I get down there? Let me down. I have to descend the whole ramp. It won't let me jump. Yeah, I guess there's a... I wonder if there's a current speaker. I wonder if we'll see. Morning, buddy. Matchlock Menagerie. She's been in there a while. Is this the bathroom? Is this a sauna? What is this? Ah, it's so much cooler out here. I don't know what that was. Apologies for the wait. Welcome out of the bathroom. Or the sauna. I'm not done yet, just taking a break. Don't mind me. I'm very unobtrusive. Like I'm not even here. Alright, back to the sauna for me. Okay, so it is a sauna. Alright. I've never been in a sauna. It looks not fun. I don't know. I'm sure people who do it love it, but it doesn't appeal to me personally. And by the way, this is a perfect example of why Fates might be this place is a pain in the butt to navigate. What is that? Oh, that was a player. Why Fates might be a pain in the butt to navigate right at the moment. Like, when I have to go to here, the fastest way is by going back up here, doing a loop around the thing, continuing on, running all the way over here and walking over here. It's boy, it's quite something, isn't it? And it's temporary, I get that. Like, this is talking about a very limited part of the game where it's going to be really annoying. But it's really annoying right now. I'm going to take a quick guess, by the way, at what these emotions are. I'm going to guess that... this one I'm not sure about. That one up there... where is it? This thing? I think this is... maybe frowning, because the face's lips are like turning downward. Just the same, I think this is like smiling and happy because they have like the cheeks that are like kind of upturned. This looks clearly like shocked. This is like, you know, colon O, like this is that emoji. This one I'm not really sure of. How do you interpret the emotion of this mask? This is... I don't know what to make of this one. It looks like emotionless. Like it looks like a luchador mask, almost. Cahciua. The others have told me all. I'm glad Krile could bid her parents a proper farewell. Now then, to ask this question for the second to last time, are you ready to shut down the terminal? I think so. I think I'm ready at this point.
You know how to do it.
I do.
Yeah, all the illusory lava's gone. There's something still down below there. Where's Man Pa La La? Ready for the end. Happily accepting it. I probably could have gone to see the arena once more, but again, honestly, the annoyance of travel put me off of another, like, full explore when I kind of want to move on. Are you alright? Are you alright, Krile? Krile. I am. I chose to forge on no matter what. I've had the courage to do so because of you all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for the Savage Might Materia 11. Their memories have maybe gone, but their love will be with me always. They are a blessed memory now. I know you could say they were a blessed memory even, 10 minutes ago, but I've harped on that enough, how they feel I consider them real in some way. I don't think they're just photographs that talk. An explorer's delight. Cahciua is ready to head to the fourth and final zone. I must say, the closer we get to the end, the faster time seems to pass us by. Come, let's head to the fourth and final zone. By now you know how to get there, yes? Yes, we do. Excellent. This time I'd like to quickly check on the Meso terminal, so I'll meet you at the Gate of Remembrance. Come on, everyone. Are they still pineapples here? Are those enemies still pineapples, or are they like deflated pineapples? Nope, they're still pineapples. As far as I can tell, we still have some leeway with the Meso terminal. Meaning you can carry on getting to know the Endless in the last zone. Windspath Garden it's called, and it's breathtakingly beautiful. That's where your memories are stored, yes? That's right. I left it for last so I could guide you for as long as possible. Very thoughtful of me, yes? Does he have boots on his backpack? He does. I never noticed that. Ooh, a great idea just occurred to me. What might that be? I'll save it for after we've arrived on the other side. See you there. One of the sights she wants to show us? Maybe, her home? Something like that? Her great ideas were generally less than great. Hey, Erenville? As much as I want to grant your mother her wish, I also want to respect yours. When all's said and done, I want you to be happy. I hope you know this. I know. I know. He can't leave her up. She would not be happy with that, and therefore he wouldn't be happy with it. Cahciua isn't only his mother, she's his mentor as well. That can only make it harder for him to say goodbye. Let's go. For now, we keep doing what we've been doing, seeking out Endless, and learning what's dear to them. Windswept Gardens, is that what they said? Windspath Gardens. Confirmed. Greetings and welcome to Windspath Gardens, the sanctuary of exploration and discovery. The marvels of the natural world await you. Is there anything left to discover there? I guess it's like a museum. You could discover stuff at a museum in certain uses of the word. There's that flower theme again. Is that the same as we saw in the Asyle Volcano? In Speaker's Rest? in the steps of the speaker.
If I could have everyone's attention, I know we have pressing business, but I'd like to say a few words. Before I died, I had 2 wishes. The first was to see who my Eleneshpia would become.
She's gotten that now.
I would say that wish has been fulfilled. Indeed, it has. For the boy who once shunned company has returned a somewhat sociable man, surrounded by wonderful friends.
Amen.
As his mother and mentor both, I couldn't be more proud.
Break out the baby pictures.
As for my second wish, that was to see all manner of nature that I had never seen before.
She does sound like seem like an outdoor bunny.
Explore every corner of the world and there find thriving life. But I didn't even get to see all of Tural, did I? Never enough hours in a day, or days in a year, or years in a life.
Excuse my yawning. I just didn't get much sleep last night, so that's the only reason. This is not boring, believe me.
Oh, don't give me that look. Though, admittedly, I did go and spoil the mood. Apologies. What I was so poorly trying to work up to asking was this. I want you to help me fulfill my second wish.
Explore new stuff here?
I have a good feeling about this place. There is so much here I've never seen before, I just know it.
Look at those trees, those like light up trees.
We'd love to see it with you.
I thought you might say that. Thank you. Windspath Gardens is home to a collection of flora and fauna that once thrived on the continent.
Is that a clock? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's a sundial, I think, right? Or I don't know if they have the sun, but it looks like a clock.
Memory, I haven't explored it in earnest. Controlling my vessel demanded all of my attention.
Look at these hentai trees that you got going on here. That is disturbing.
But at long last, I'll get to meet the creatures here. Wrap things up with a perfect little adventure.
Don't tell the tree things you want to wrap things up.
Shall we?
Let's do it. It's her own farewell tour, and she knows it. So does he, unfortunately.
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. Because this would be admitting to a farewell tour.
Wish, and then what? You leave?
Yeah.
You cannot ask that of me.
Oh, Eleneshpia. Please understand. I just wanted to end on a happy note. Not only for myself, but for all of us. Better that than a sad goodbye, surely.
Depends on the person. But I think she matters in this case more than he does. Her feelings at this time. And with your consent, let's begin our adventure. Naturally, while we go about this, feel free to continue befriending Endless, and be sure to absorb the delightful scenery. Someone just blazed off on like a motorcycle. I love the color on these gardens. It's quite pretty. How they kind of blend into each other. One color into the next. This particular garden is called Blooms of Discovery. Beautiful, isn't it? It is. Great incorporation of greenery inside an urban atmosphere. Urban environment, rather. What are the orb things on top? I guess Electrope maintaining it. It's absolutely stunning. Are they all actual plants? They are indeed. Specimens who were brought here hundreds of years ago for conservation, as the calamity had pushed them to the brink of extinction. So this zone is like a great conservatory. Precisely, my dear Krile. Here you'll find flora and fauna the likes of which no longer exist anywhere. I hope there's not like Marlboros here. Doesn't the thought just set your heart aflutter? I suppose. Yeah, you can't resist your explorer nature. I expect that some creatures I encountered outside of Tural may have cousins in this world. While I am no expert on life in the Reflections, it would make for an interesting study to compare them. Now there's an idea. Leave it to my pupil to think up such. Break out the baby pictures. Embarrass the hell out of him, and I want to see it. Here we have not only a world's traversing adventurer and a veteran gleaner, but a pair of Sharlayan's finest scholars besides. It's a veritable gathering of inquisitiveness, and I am thrilled to be a part of it. I am thrilled to be a part of it too, and I'm thrilled to take your spell speed materia. Up. I think I'll do one more quest. I'm pretty tired, so I won't do more than that for right now. In search of discovery. Cahciua's eyes sparkle in anticipation of discovery. To begin with, I'd like you to scout out the vicinity and report back with any points of note. This would be a good opportunity for you to speak with the locals. They're bound to be familiar with the area, after all. As Eleneshbia suggested, it would be interesting to compare the creatures here with those native to the source. I never ventured outside Tural, so I look forward to your insights. Just leave it to us. I've only ever been to Sharlayan myself, but I'd like to think I know interesting when I see it. Yeah, this is more up her alley. Don't give her history quizzes. Let her fight things and tell you how cool they are. Oh, look at that. There's like a spotlight highlighting this tree-like structure. I won't call it a tree, but tree-like structure. It's like, is that an elevator going down? No, that's just a structure upholding this bridge, I think. Yeah, just a general ringed structure. Specimen observing endless. That's specimen hyphen observing endless. Oh, hello there. What am I doing, you ask? I assume you're observing specimens. Look up the trunk. See the plants within capsules? Yes. Those are species that either can't survive in Windspath Gardens or would become invasive and disrupt the ecosystem. The capsules recreate the conditions they require from tropical to frigid climes while keeping them isolated. In this way, any and all plant life can be preserved forever, just like ourselves. I wonder if this will go away when... I don't think this is going away. I think that's probably going to stay even after we shut this place down. You see a creature wandering about that resembles the treants native to the Twelveswood. Timberman. I don't remember the version in the Twelveswood well enough, but it looks pretty accurate. Do they have those big smiles the way this thing does? I don't know. Probably. The flower garden appears to be meticulously maintained, if not by Endless, then by machines. Yeah, it takes work to look like this. And I like that they could have just made the illusion constantly look like this, but people's memories were that they got kept up. Kept up? They got kept up. Not that they were just perfect forever. Water watching endless. Did you know that even the water here is created using electrope? The initial product is too pure, though, and adjustments have to be made so the composition resembles what's found in the natural environment, right? Like, if it has no bacteria, no, like, little microbes, nothing like that, then the fish couldn't survive. Like, that makes sense. That's just one of the many things they do to create the ideal conditions for these plants to thrive. I don't know what's become of the outside world outside the barrier, but I should like to visit such a lovely spot as this in real life. Speaking of lovely spots, have you been to the top of this lookout here? It's a great vantage point, and there's even a food stall in case you're hungry. Yeah, sure. I'm getting hungry in real life. I think I'm gonna have breakfast for dinner today. An omelet with diced spam, avocado, and some cheese. Maybe some mandarin oranges on the side. Terminal gazing endless. My ancestors aren't actually Alexandrian, but hailed from a place called Pont Petit. I don't know that place. They had some unique customs there. For instance, when greeting someone, you had to say lolly ho in a spirited manner. Were you a dwarf? What? Our settlement was also famous for a gigantic tree that grew nearby. It was so enormous that when you stood at its base, the roots covering the ground went beyond the horizon. The terminal here at Windspath Gardens is apparently inspired by that very tree, the Aoife tree. Its name was. This was, for anyone who hasn't played 9, this was a central location in 9. This was... who was it? Who lived there? It wasn't... because the rats were Lindblom. I remember the Aoife tree getting covered by dust, but I don't remember who exactly lived there, though. But it was absolutely a central location. It may not be real, but it's nice to have it as a memento for posterity. Were there lolly-ho saying dwarves in 9? And were they at the Aoife tree? I actually don't remember. Ah, welcome back. Krile, welcome back, Cahciua. Krile has just delivered to me a most fascinating report. You have some engaging impressions to share too, I hope. Nod, nod. You don't say. That's all very interesting indeed. But I must say, I'm most fascinated by the ambulating trees. While there are similar creatures in Urkopacha, could you tell me more about these treants as you know them? They are natives to the Twelveswood where they prey upon wolves. There are various subspecies, such as those with red leaves or a gnarled look. They're likely to hurl acorns at you, exploding ones. You know, I'll go with the more beautiful variant. Let's go with the more exotic description. Let's, yeah, there are various subspecies, such as those with red leaves or a gnarled look. Twelveswood would have also been a good option. Is that so? Though it makes sense they would adapt to their environment in that fashion. I imagine they need careful management to flourish, such as having specific varieties of trees around them. The management of ecosystems. That calls to mind Labyrinthos, does it not? That it does. Lest you wonder, Labyrinthos is a storage facility deep beneath Charlian that contains a recreation of a temperate climate zone. Such a place exists? Amazing! By the by, did anyone also catch sight of a large scalekin? I think I saw it. A large scalekin, you say? What does it look like? Nothing I've seen before, but it has a rodent-like form and walks on all fours. Maybe I didn't see it. I thought it was a scorpion, actually. If it looks like a rodent, wouldn't that make it a beastkin? No, it's covered in scales, ones that appear to mimic succulent plants. By that, I would classify it as a scalekin. You just got academicked. Well, it's hard to say for certain without seeing it. Why don't you show me? Very well. It was in a flower field earlier and should still be near. Let's head over there then. When we find it, we'll see who's right. Oh god. I love their relationship. I really love it. And right now they're like, yeah. The two of you should come along too and lend us your opinions. No, stop letting us third wheel you. Just spend time with, okay. All right, we're fine. We're okay. Go ahead, Cahciua. I'll let the others know and then join you. Oh, that's the thing. It's so cute. You spot a beast resembling the Echivore you encountered in the first. What does Echa mean? Like, I assume vor means they eat it, but what's an Echivore? That's the one there. I see. At a glance, it certainly has the look of both Scalekin and Beastkin. Let's examine it more closely, shall we? Tell me your observations. It's covered in plant-like scales, it has deft little paws, it has a pointy snout. So it's almost like you could pick who's right here. I'm going to lean towards Cahciua because it would troll him the hardest. It would troll Erenville the hardest. And he is a great straight man to troll, as Whoop Lamont knows. So it has deft little paws. Indeed, such forelimbs would be well suited to holding nuts and berries and the like. Oh, it's chasing its tail! Look at its fat little haunches, I love that. Having studied it, I believe that the scales upon its back are in fact a unique form of hide. Rather than being shed, it grows with the creature. You may be right. If we consider that along with other characteristics, such as its face and hands, that's more likely to be a beastkin, like you said. A physical examination would be needed to confirm this beyond doubt, but I'm satisfied simply to have seen it and to know that you're wrong. It seems you alone were familiar with this species. Where did you encounter it? The fairy kingdom of the first, you say? That's right, it does have that look to it. Cahciua has been to the very edge of existence. She has seen that life that others could only imagine. Amazing! Creation truly holds no end of mysteries. Oh, how I'd love to see them all. The life beyond the bounds of our star and plane both. Yeah. Looks like we're having fun. What an image this is. Looks like we're having fun. Erenville wants to die. And you are having fun, and that fun is the reason you want. I get that. It's just that contrast is pretty great. Hearing about the unknown never fails to rouse me. It felt the same way when Ket and Ram and Galuf treated me to tales of their travels. You've met my grandfather, too. Oh, didn't I mention it? It was when Galuf came to Tural to investigate the Golden City. I happened to have business with Galul Jaja, so we met in Tula Yolal. Little did I know that the tiny babe he was cradling would return as you. To think that our paths had already crossed all those years ago. Not only yours and mine either. Eleneshpia was there too, you know. I don't remember. Were you inside her? Was she pregnant at the time? It's quite fine if you don't. Yeah, everyone loves trolling Eleneshpia, trolling Erenville. It was actually because Galuf told me about Charlian that I later urged Eleneshpia to take up gleaning. My fussy bun was growing up dour and withdrawn, and it was when I was at my wit's end that I recalled your grandfather's story about gleaners. Seeing the world through their adventures would inspire a change for the better, I believed. I'm sorry I was dour and withdrawn. If you ask me, you still have some work to do, but it's because of that, because you're that way that you're with us now. And I, for one, am grateful. That's the thing. Like, it can be occasionally fun to troll straight men. Not straight as in not queer, but like, you know, the kind of more reserved. As long as it never becomes mean. Because there's really nothing wrong with being that way. Like, it's okay to be straight. There's nothing wrong with, like, being reserved like that, and I don't want, like, I don't know, there's that whole, like, how do you deal with people who are introspective? And, like, you don't deal with them. I mean, you deal with them, but you deal with them normally. You don't have special things for them. You treat them like people. You respect their personality and their nature. And you troll them a little bit, because everyone should get trolled a little bit. Lovingly, with care. If you have a good relationship. I'll stop now. You ask me, you still have some work to do, but it's because you're... Yeah. I, for one, am grateful. That's the key. Well, let's keep moving, shall we? There's a facility I've been wanting to visit. The Krile... All these 9 references. The Krile Museum of Nature. They're supposed to have creatures that take you on leisure flights. Just one problem. It seems only 3 people can fly at one time. Then you and Erenville should go. The rest of us still have plenty of other things we can do here. Am I gonna join? Am I gonna third wheel? I'm gonna friggin' third wheel again. Oh my god. If there's room for one more, why don't you come with us, Cahciua? That's right. No alone time for you and your mom. None. I'm gonna be here looking at you the whole time. And it's settled. The museum is at the bottom of the ramp that runs west of the Laynode Arrow. Come on. Is that a dolphin? Or a whale or something? I think that's like a hollow whale. It is. It's a hollow whale, and it is, yeah, it's like being projected by those 2 things there. Is this more museum stuff? I mean, like quizzes? Got like earth, wind, and fire. Earth, wind, and pink. Hold on, what are those capybaras? Look at them. They're so cute. Here it is, the Krile Museum of Nature. The main building's closed due to the ether shortage, but happily they're still offering leisure flights. And these are the fellows that will bear us. How adorable. Yes. They don't look capable of flight. This is Final Fantasy XIV. Every mount is capable of flight. Come now, you know better than to judge a creature by its appearance. This will be great, I just know it. They will bear us to the sky. Let's take the piety materia and call it a day for now. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this as they come out, and I'll see you next time for A Journey Never Ending. Bye-bye.